This video may contain a horrible accent and the worst pronunciation you have ever heard. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm a WARIO.
Who doesn't like him? A card lover, money-hungry, manipulating guy. I am obsessed with this guy. What is wrong with me? I am specifically obsessed with the WarioWare franchise. But before I get to that, I want to give a brief history of Wario himself.
Excellent!
The idea of Wario came when developing Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. Instead of Mario saving Peach, as always, the developers actually wanted Mario to think for himself for once. No, just kidding. They wanted to make a game based on someone else's character. The creation of Wario allowed them a character of their own to symbolize their situation. They initially wanted to make him German. Glad that didn't happen. Wario's name was decided pretty quick early in the design phase. The name comes from the Japanese word WARIO, which means bad. The developers wanted to create an evil Mario. They made Wario Italian, just like Mario. They also made him a childhood friend to Mario and Luigi and gave him a mean and greedy personality. But there was still something missing, putting a W on his cap. Finished. Wario first appeared in Yoshi's Island DS. In this game he played as Baby Wario, but his first big appearance was in Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins, in which he captured Mario. His first big role was in Wario Land Super Mario Land 3. Wario is the protagonist in this game and has his own castle. Virtual Boy, Wario Land, Wario has to collect all the treasures. Wario was also featured in Super Mario 64 for the DS. When Mario finds Wario's cap, he turns into Wario. Some of the big games were of course the Wario Land games, a very popular franchise that sold millions of copies all around the world. But I haven't played any of them. These games came out before I was born and I haven't got a chance to buy any of them. Maybe somewhere in the future. And now let's move on to the story of how I met Wario. I first discovered WarioWare at a friend's house when I was about 10 years old. She had a game on a special DS card. Anyway, she played this game and I was immediately intrigued. What is this wacky game and how do I play it? She was playing WarioWare Touched. WarioWare is a game that consists of minigames. The player has to complete these short minigames in a fast tempo. The better you do, the faster the pace. The player has about 3 to 5 seconds to complete the minigame. Me being a 10-year-old kid, I couldn't really understand all of the minigames at first. It also didn't help that the game was in English, while my mother language is Dutch. Even so, I loved the game and I wanted it too. I asked my parents and they got it on my special card. I got hooked. I played non-stop and unlocked everything I could unlock. I also played with my friend. It was a lot of fun until I started high school. Here in the Netherlands, kids go to high school when they are about 12 years old. As you know, high school means longer days, lots of homework and learning for exams. I didn't have time for my beloved DS anymore, let alone my Wii, which I also played a lot and even almost broke, but that's a story for next time. Until the 4th of September 2015, when I got a brand new 3DS. My brother got a blue 3DS when it released and I was a little jealous that I didn't get one, but now I had one. I rediscovered all my games and also WarioWare Touched. I realized I hadn't actually unlocked everything, and so began my WarioWare obsession. I unlocked everything and even looked online how to unlock certain things. Amazing. But when I got the highest score I could get, I kinda began to feel bored with the game. The exciting wackiness was gone. In 2019, I went to my local toy store and saw a 3DS game that was on sale. It was also the last one available. At that time, I heard the news that the 3DS was dying and the last games and consoles were being sold in my country. I didn't want to miss my chance, so I bought WarioWare Gold. My god, did I have fun playing this game.
WarioWare.
I actually discovered the 3DS has a gyro sensor. 8 years too late. I know a lot of people didn't like this game because it was a compilation of all previous games. But since I had only played one game, it was a lot of fun to see all these mini games. I was in my first year of college when I bought this game. I would play for a while and then do my homework. Since I didn't like my major, I got some motivation by playing this game. Just a side note, I eventually dropped this major and switched a few times, but that's a story for another time. WarioWare Gold contained minigames from previous games. Because of this, I wanted to find out more about the previous games. I bought WarioWare Wii later that year, during summer break. I unlocked everything pretty quickly and had fun with it. It was weird playing on my Wii again because I hadn't played on it for a few years. A year later, during the Rona time, I had online lessons. Still my stupid major. I needed something to motivate me again, so I bought WarioWare DIY. I was so happy when it arrived. Only to discover this was completely different from my previous games. I now had to make my own micro games. How fascinating. I did a tutorial and made a few games, but it wasn't what I expected. The whole process of making my own games was interesting, but time consuming. Even though I had online classes, I didn't have much time to relax, let alone play games. WarioWare DIY seems like a fun game, but it wasn't for me. Maybe I bought it at the wrong time. I will definitely give it another try sometime. When I bought Wario DIY, I found out there was a Wii version of this game. It's not really a game, I would say, but more of a DLC on a different device. With the Wii version, you can transfer your DS micro games that you made to the Wii and play it on a big screen. Unfortunately, the Wii service has been down for ages, so I had to find another way to get it. I have a special disc with all my games on it, and my Wii is also special. So all I had to do was find the correct file, and a few clicks later it magically appeared on my Wii. I must say that I don't like doing it this way, but there was no other choice. I wanted to complete my collection. Later that year my brother bought a GameCube. Since we now had a GameCube, I now had an excuse to buy WarioWare Incorporated Mega Party games. Damn, this game was hard. Other games are typically harder to play and this was no exception. I found it difficult to use the controller and the game was just harder than the later games. Nonetheless, I had a lot of fun playing this game and a lot of rage, but it was a very good game. The following year, when I quit my study, I decided to work and earn some money. With that extra money, I bought WarioWare Incorporated for the GBA. I didn't have a Game Boy at the time, but I still bought it. The game is complete and very cheap, so I had to get it. I wanted my first Game Boy to be special. I definitely wanted a IPS screen, but I had never taken a Game Boy apart, so I decided to buy it from somebody who was an expert in these things. This guy makes all kinds of Game Boys, so when I saw this, I had to get it. This is my WarioWare themed Game Boy. I absolutely love it. I could play WarioWare on my WarioWare Game Boy. Nice. This game gave me a nostalgic feeling even though I had never played it before. The whole theme of playing on a computer reminded me of Windows Explorer. Some of the games I had already played before, but in a 3DS version. So this game felt new and exciting, but also nostalgic and safe. A few months later, I bought my most expensive Wario game yet. WarioWare Twisted in Japanese. I paid around €50 plus shipping for the second-hand game. I really want the English version of this game, but the price?
Oh, no, 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 no.
I was going to study Japanese, so I thought I could get some practice while playing this game. I dropped my Japanese study, But not this game. A gyro system in a Game Boy. How cool is that? Even though I don't understand everything in this game, it is still very fun to play and very wacky. I love wacky games. Ever since Nintendo has announced that they will be closing the eShop, I have been contemplating to get this game. WarioWare Snapped. Probably the worst WarioWare game ever made, because it only has 5 micro games. The game is actually fun, but I wish it was more of a game than just 5 random games combined. Also, this game was designed for the DSi, where the camera is at the top of the screen. My white 3DS also has the camera at the top, but my main 2DS has the camera on the hinge, which makes this game a bit difficult to play. In May 2022, I decided I had to buy a physical copy of WarioWare Touched. I still have my copy on my special card, but a physical copy would make it complete. I found one for €10 and bought it. At that time, WarioWare Get It Together was already out, but I don't have a Switch and it was very expensive, so I didn't buy it. My brother bought the game for me. What a lovely brother I have. I still don't have a Switch, but he has two, so I took one. I mean lent one from him. The story was fun and the micro games were unique because in this game you play as the character itself. But other than that, the game wasn't wacky enough. They might be running out of ideas at the office, or they didn't really bother with this game. But I feel like this game had much more potential, given the Switch has unique controllers. It's still a good game, but not excellent. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's one game missing from my collection. No, it's not WarioWare incorporated in English. I still want it though. It's a game in Wario. A sort of WarioWare game? I have been looking for this game for a very long time now. A few years back, I got an email from my beloved secondhand shop that Game & Wario was back in stock. This shop buys used consoles and games from people and resells them for a reasonable price. Game & Wario was priced for €40. It was a little expensive for me at the time, because I know the price changes and I had seen Game & Wario for less than that, so I thought, nah, let's just wait until the price goes down. Oh boy, was I wrong. I really wish I bought it, because the price didn't go down, it went up. And I really mean up. The cheapest I can get it now is €80, which is twice the amount from a few years ago. With the failure of the Wii U and the servers going down, Wii U games have been given the same treatment as Pokemon games. They are hard to get, and if you find one, the price is extremely high. I do want Game & Wario, but I have to keep looking, I guess. So, in the end, my obsession with Wario only became bigger and bigger. Do I get bored sometimes playing the WarioWare games? Yeah, sometimes. But do I get sick of Wario? Never. My WarioWare story is yet to be continued.